Hi everyone and welcome back to the Nail Nails channel. I'm Steffi Fernandez and in today's video we'll be painting a gorgeous design that's kind of celestial, festival vibe, tarot card inspired sun, moon and stars. I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get cracking. Right, so to start off this design, we're gonna go in, I think it will look really nice on nude. So I'm gonna be using one of our sheer nudes for this one, and I'll be using Pale Bloom, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of baby pink sheer nude that you can put on your nail. I'm gonna go ahead and work on a couple of layers before we start our gorgeous design. Remember with sheer, guys, you need to let it self-level before you put it into the lamp so it's nice and even. Right, so we've got our second layer done. I'm gonna go with a lint-free wipe and a gel residue wipe-up solution and get all that tacky layer off so none of the gorgeous pigment we'll be using in a bit sticks to it. Give it a good wipe, wait for the alcohol to evaporate, and get my favorite brush on. I've got Serious Black on my palette, and now I'm gonna start mapping out the sun to start with. The sun or the moon?
You got to start with the sun. Every day starts with the sun.
Every day starts with the sun. Let's do this. So I'm gonna start off by loading my brush, spinning it into that color, making sure it's all over that brush, and winging it. I'm gonna start with painting half a circle on this nail, so I'm gonna go ahead and just map that out. And remember, it's really nice and fun to just kind of break that circle into sections rather than just going ahead and going for the full half a circle straight away, because you might mess it up. So I've got half a circle here ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the face. So I'm gonna go in and paint a C curve, like a curved line on here. Has to be slightly longer, I think. Let me do it again. There we go, that's better. And then I'm gonna do a little line on top for the lid. And then I'm gonna go ahead and create an eyebrow, which will be made from two lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint a line this way, and then another one just to mimic it above, just like so, and then a tiny one here just to connect those two, just like that. I'm now gonna go in and probably start doing the nose, which I hate. So I'm gonna go in and do a line over here, and then a little bit of a line on the bottom, just like so. It looks a lot better when it's done, guys, okay? I'm gonna start with the lips. I want them to be quite thick, but then have a nice long line at the edges of the lips. So it's gonna go ahead and add an extra line here at the midsection of the lips. Lovely. I'm now going to go ahead and add, actually I'm going to do that with another brush because I think smaller lines are better to do with the 0001 brush. So I'm going to just load that brush up and remove the excess and paint eyelashes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few lines here, just like this. Might extend this line a bit more. And I'm now gonna go ahead and create those sun rays, the rays of sun, right?
Yeah.
He's not only a cameraman, he's my English teacher. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do 4 lines first. Well, not 3 because it's only half a circle. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint a line just like this. I'm gonna do the same at the top, another one at the bottom. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 more lines in between. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in and start just creating more lines around, doing the same with all of them, but leaving a gap in the middle, okay? We need to get those nails away. They will drive me insane. Do this here. And here. And now the remaining ones will be kind of curved, wavy. So I'm just gonna paint wavy rays over here. Just like that. Then I'm gonna do another one. So I've got all the rays done as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of little stars just on the face. Maybe one here. And then another one on top. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this back into the lamp. Got our layer over here nicely cured. I've got some gold pigment on here, but we've also got some gorgeous copper and silver mirror ones that we have on site, which are gorgeous, but I think gold is the best one for this. I think it's the prettiest. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my silicone tool, and let me say one thing about this, guys. You can go and use a sponge and put a sponge and kind of rub it on top. But with the silicone being so hard, when you rub it on the nail, it actually just rubs on the raised bit, which is what we painted on top. So it won't mess up the background. If you use a brush or a sponge, sometimes the pigment can actually stick to the layer underneath the sun, and it's harder to clean it off. So I suggest using one of our silicone tools that are straight, okay? So I'm gonna dip that in to the pigment and just rub that on top of the sun, just like so.
Man, that works so well, doesn't it?
So well, it looks stunning, right? I love it. We'll just put that on. And before we top coat this bad boy, I'm gonna go ahead with our dusting brush and just remove any excess from the nail, because I want it to be nice, so the lines are nice and crisp. And there you have it. Look how it looks. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? What do you think? It's stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and use our Urban Graffiti top coat and top coat this one for you. It's stunning. The sun one is done for now, but wait till you see the moon as well. And I've got an extra little surprise for you guys to make the stars look even nicer. I'm just gonna go ahead and top coat that for you guys. And I'll pop it back into the lamp for the full length of time. And there you have it, guys. Nail number 1 done. Our gorgeous sun. I absolutely love it. Definitely giving me tarot card vibes, right? Right, so I'm gonna pop this nail off, and I'm gonna go ahead to the next one that kept sticking into my elbow the whole video. I'm gonna pop that on, and we're gonna start with our moon one. I'm just gonna, file the end of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the same color, Pale Bloom, 2 coats, and we'll go from there. Right, so we've got our second layer cured. Again, dry residue wipe off solution, lint-free wipe, give it a good wipe, and remove that tacky layer before we start painting our gorgeous moon. So, back into my 0003 brush. I'm going to dip it into Cerise Black and starting to map out the moon. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with painting a curved line, just like so, all the way up, and make sure it's quite long, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go to do the same thing, but at the bottom. So again, from here, all the way down. Right, so we've got this shape over here. Right, I'm now going to go ahead and start with the midsection of the face, which is here. So I'm going to start by painting a little curve over here, just like so, if you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead and start mapping out the nose. So again, I've got the C here. Then I'm going to go ahead and paint a nose, so it's a little triangle that's popping out. And then I'm going to go and carry on down a little bit of a lip here. It doesn't have to be bumping out or anything like that, just a little bit of a curved line. I'm going to continue this line until it meets with the previous line, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing at the top. And do a long line and make sure both meet, just like that. All right, I'm now gonna go in and pick up some color, and I'm gonna apply pressure on this bit because I want the eyebrow to be quite thick. So wherever we drew that curve earlier, just here, I'm gonna press the brush on and paint an eyebrow, just like that. And then I'm gonna go in, and I'm going to just describe what I'm painting, because if I do, it might be easy for you guys to follow. So I'm going to paint a V shape, just like so. So it's 1 and 2. All right, so it looks like this. And now I'm going to do 2 tiny lines on that side of the V. So one here and another one here, just like so. And then I'm going to do a little curved line in the middle for the eye. So we've got the eye done. The nose is there. I might just extend it slightly inwards, just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the mouth. So I'm going to just pull a line through here. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and create another tiny line underneath, just like that. So we've got our moon nearly done. I'm now going to go ahead and just add some more details. I'm going to do a couple of small lines in the inside like that, just to add a little bit more detail. And then I'm going to add a bit of a cheek to the moon. So I'm going to add a little bit of a curved line over here. And then maybe another curved line, just a smaller one in here. So we've got our moon done. But we're not going to finish here, guys. We're going to add a little bit of stars, because we love stars, don't we? Everyone loves stars. So I'm going to go in with my dotting tool and then just dip it into the Series Black and add dots where I want the stars to go. So I'm going to go ahead and add one here. And I want it to be quite a big dot, and I'll tell you why in a bit. So one here. And maybe one here. Let's do it here, why not? I'm gonna go in with my 0003 brush now, and there's no need for it to have color on. We can just pull the color from that dot that we painted. Now, one thing about stars as well, guys, you don't wanna start painting on top of the star and dragging down, because you want the line that's closest to the dot to be thicker and then go thinner, right? So you start from the dot, that's your starting point. So I'm going to do 4, and the 4 are longer, okay? And now I'm going to do in between, but the lines in between are going to be shorter, just like so. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other stars, all right? So again, 4 long lines and then tiny lines in between. Now that this bad boy is ready over here, we're gonna pop it back into the lamp for the full length of time, and we're gonna go ahead and apply some pigment on. So back into my pigment with the silicone tool, all right? Dip it in and rub it on that, oh, I love that, on that moon. So I've got that on, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the excess with a dusting brush. So I've got the excess removed on here. I'm now going to go ahead and apply a top coat, this one. And before we cure it, we're going to add a little bit of bling onto this nail just to make it extra magical, I'd say. So I've got a nice layer of top coat on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and use our picker on here and some gems, and I'm going to just place a tiny gem at the midsection of that star.
Do you not need glue if you're using the top coat?
No, it stays quite nicely. You can put glue if you want, and you can also go ahead and just paint a layer of top coat around the stone.
Yeah.
But these stones are super tiny, and they've stayed on for ages for me when I did this design. So just make sure you push it into that nail. I like to even flip this tool and just press it in. Look how gorgeous this looks. And I'm gonna pop this into the lamp for the full length of time. And there you have it, guys. Our moon is ready. Look how stunning that is. Absolutely gorgeous, especially with those little gems on. And at the side of the sun, that is absolutely stunning, that design. I love it. Let me show you a few that I've done earlier on, so you can kind of have an idea of what it looks like in silver or copper. So I've got a copper one here. I've got, oh, let me take them off nicely. So I've got a silver one here. I've got obviously the gold that I've done. Then I've got If you want to do like 2 nails with the sun and the moon, then you can do the rest of the nails with just the stars, and that looks incredible as well. So you can do something like this or like this. Obviously that's silver, and this one is going to be a gold one. And there you have it, guys. I've got a whole
You've been busy, haven't
set
you?
here. We've got a whole set here. So we've got silver, copper, gold, you know. Not sure which one you like, guys. I know my favorite is gold. Which one is yours?
I don't know. I do think silver looks quite nice, actually.
Yeah?
Maybe silver and sort of black would be quite a cool
Oh, that
look.
would look amazing. I was thinking about that, actually. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comments below as well which one is your favorite color or pigment that you would use recreating this design. Thank you for watching, and again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care, guys. I think the guy from the chippy downstairs has a crush on me. I swear, Dad, every day.
That's the blooper. That is for sure the blooper.
You know,
I think the guy from the chippy has a crush on me.